It's Thursday morning, it's drizzling, which is good because we're going to sow some OSR from above. Anyway, it's arriving in a minute. There we go, just get the seed now and fill him up. Some engine on that thing. Beast, isn't it? The sower on the aerial applicator can only go down to 10 kilos at the moment in the software, so we only want to put 2 and a bit kilos of OSR seed on. So we're going to mix it with a little bit of urea, so that we're putting 2 kilos of that on and 8 kilos of urea a hectare, and that'll just make it easier to apply, because basically watering it down with fertilizer. I'm in the buggy, the helicopter's here, so we're going to see which is best at sowing oilseed rape: a tractor, a drone, or a helicopter. We'll take the seed over to the helicopter. Here it is, the drone guy. Have you ever seen a crop of oilseed rape sown with a drone? That's a proper drone. Agricultural drone. While he's getting ready to calibrate it, I'm going to give you a bit of a closer look. So there's the hopper in there, and then you've got some augers in the bottom. As you can see, they were sowing rice last. Them augers then auger it to either side. There's 2 of them in there. Auger it up, drops it on there. They're obviously spinning and it spreads it out. But what we've got to do now is take them off, put a bucket underneath and calibrate how fast the auger spins to get the right dose rate that we need. Like most things nowadays, it requires GPS, so this is going to be the RTK mobile base station in the field for it to get its positioning off, because obviously it won't use tram lines, it's using the air, so it wants to know exactly where it is and how high it is. This is the aerial now, complete with its batteries built into its pole. Better just mention thanks to DSV, Sarah in particular, for sending us some untreated seed, because obviously you can't apply treated seed currently at the moment with aerial application.
Hello.
You look like you're doing a speed check there with that. Yeah. It's like a speed gun, but is that for if it goes wrong you land it?
Yeah, we can use this is the central hub. This connects everything together. The application drives the autonomy.
Right. So mix the seed with a bit of fertiliser so that we can get it a little bit more accurate, because the spread rates are out 10 kilos a hectare. So we're going to put 8 kilos of urea on and 2 kilos of OSR on, so you can see it mixed in there now. Put the seed in the hopper now, just hold the buckets underneath to calibrate it. Just like our drill, you just meter a bit out into a bucket and then weigh it to calibrate it. How much did it meter out?
4,441 grams.
Right. Seeds have fell in with the propellers. The rotors go on for the spinning disc. Need to blow it out.
That's all right.
It's all ready now to go. What if you lie on top of it and take off? So currently we can't fly within 50 metres of the road, so we're having to take it in the field a little bit. Is that the battery then?
Yeah.
And how much are them?
Money wise?
Yeah.
Probably £3 each.
3 grand, wow.
Yeah.
This is the hopper that the seed goes in. Got them to stand next to it for scale. It's massive, isn't it? It's like a flick on the end of the wings.
Taking off.
No way. Send it to Mars. The moon. It's perfect conditions for sowing. Nice, moist soil. Right, they've told it the boundary for the plot, so it's going to take off, and it's only going to do it in 3 passes. It's 24 metres. It's going to go up, down, and up. So it's going to take off in a second. There we go. .7 metres a second it's sowing at. So it's just gone up and done that pass now. It's turning around at the end, ready to come back down the next pass. It's turning now and it's going to come back up this way now. Spreading back towards us. There it is again, on its 3rd pass. Oh, bit of wind then, was there? The good thing about putting a fertiliser on with it is you can actually see where it's spread, because the OSR seeds, being black, they're really hard to spot in the soil. You can see the fertiliser obviously. So that wobble before was when it slowed down because it'd run out of seed. Now it's back sowing again. Turn round at the end, and it's just got a short pass here where the spinning disc will slow down slightly. There's one of the seeds there, and then obviously there's fertiliser on it as well. There's another seed. And it comes. It's finished now. What do you think it'll do? About 20 hectares an hour?
In a flat on here, flying at 12 metres a second, then it'll work at 20 hectares an hour, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's finished now and it's just flying back to land. You can actually feel the wind off it. It's landing now. Touchdown. So that did a hectare in about, I don't know, 3 minutes or something, if that. See if we've got any seed left. Oh, perfect. There we go. So if you need any grass seed sowing on a hillside or a mountain top, or fertiliser putting on, or OSR sowing into a standing crop, cover crops. Give this guy a call. They're actually doing a lot of work as well, shading greenhouses and washing it back off again. That's a big part of the business, so give him a call for that as well. His details are below. This is about as close as a dare go to it. But his party trick now is to land it in the back of the pickup. Oh, you chickened out. Have a closer look at it now. So the hopper's open, so you can see there's the augers there. They auger it onto these spinning discs. There's 2 augers, and then the speed of these can be controlled as to how wide you want it to spread. And it's got motors on each rotor. It'll pick up 25 or 26 kilos, this. And there's another one that'll do 55 kilos, which is obviously a lot bigger. That's where the battery clicks in. And the battery gets charged with a petrol generator if you're out in the field, which is what they're doing now. Battery can last between 15 and 20 minutes, depending on how strong the wind is and what it's doing. The generator looks like it charges it at, I don't know, 1000 volt or something. It's not 240, it's just straight in. So the generator starts itself off the battery, then charges the battery, and it's going to fill that up now in about 7 or 8 minutes, which is pretty quick. Next stop now. Sow some cover crop mustard into a field of wheat we've not put yet. This is what it's really made for, putting cover, well, not made for, it's made for all sorts of things, but what we could do is, if you imagine 3 weeks ago we wanted to drill OSR, but it was too wet to get the wheat off, we'd have drilled the OSR into the standing crop of wheat. Anyway, we're going to put in now some Basilia seed and some mustard seed into it and basically drill a cover crop earlier than we've cut in the wheat. That's the plan. And then next year, hopefully, we can get them back, and we're going to probably sow some millet into winter barley so that we've got a second crop of millet after the barley. So I know I do the summer barley, but I'm going to try and do it a different way around. We got some Basilia mixed with mustard now. Ooh, bit of a maize seed there, got in the bag. Another one there. Another one. You can tell we brushed the drill out. That's what we're going to do. There's a little bit of barley as well in there, but I'm not worried about that. Off it goes. It's actually more of a quadcopter than a drone, is it really? It's that big. I forgot my dinner, but it doesn't matter because it is on the way. Let's see what it is today. Oh, McDonald's. There we go. That is what drones are made for. I'd like to stop working on this JPM trailer at Nick and Joe's, and that wire had snapped in here where it hinges, so if we touch that together now, it should come on. Wouldn't think that, would you? Inside that, there was no sign of damage on the outside of the wire either, but when you wobbled it, it touched, it flickered. I was going to solder it, but then I realised I've got the heat gun on these, so these have got solder inside them, and you heat them up and the solder melts, and then the heat shrink goes round and seals it. So I've just done the black wire now, and I'm just going to do the white one. Just takes a little while. in a minute you'll see the solder start to melt, and then the heat shrink pulls it around it. There you go. See how the solder inside's melted and the heat shrink's pulled it in. So there we go. Permanent fix. Morgan's making a new hot tub lid. Put the divot in down and cracking it. We're just disking this field now, Andrew's on it. What it is this is quite bad for brome grass and it's going into barley. So it was sprayed off yesterday, but we want to get a few flushes. So he's just trying to disc it as light as he can now. So we're disking about not quite an inch deep, and then we'll leave it to sort of green over a bit. Probably then straw rake it and then roll it again, and then we'll spray it, and we'll try and get a couple of stale seed beds to get rid, because we don't want all this growing in a field of barley because we can't control it. It's just certain patches of the field, but obviously we'll just do the whole lot. So he's just cruising up and down now on his RTK, missing every 6 meters. So when he loops around at the end, he's going every 12. Once he gets to the other end of the field, and then come back and do all the bits in between. But it's doing a nice job because there's quite a bit of soil moisture on the top. Normally you'd get dust this time of year doing what we're doing, but obviously it's been so wet, we're not. We'll go and get a video of it working. Like you can see here, the patches are brome, so here's pretty clean. But then you go here, patch here, and there's a bit of a patch there and a bit of a patch there. So he's just working him out. We don't really want to till too much soil, but I also don't like volunteer wheat in barley. So if we get some of that to grow, if there's any bits that have come out the back of the combine or shed before it was combine, they'll obviously grow as well. You can see the front disc working there. Very similar to a Vadisad carrier, this. In fact, we'll do a slow motion of it coming past next. A bit of a DIY project going on here. Little hooks. I'm on the 936 and it sucks air in. It's getting air in somehow overnight and not starting the next day. It's fine if the tank's kept full, but didn't realise yesterday it was only on a quarter of a tank. So it's now got loads of air in the fuel system, and the battery has gone flat trying to start it and bleed it, which is really annoying. So we're just going to get the jump pack now. It's alive! Amazingly, this field that we're on now, the one with the landing lights in, is actually drier than it was yesterday. So there's a plane coming in now as well. So anyway, John's emptying out now. We've got the 936 running. Have to wait a little bit. And just one more field to go after this. Now the next time you'll see this much power in a video will be at Great Eccleston Show tomorrow night and Saturday and Sunday when the tractor pulling is on. But there you go. Count the horsepower in this video. That picture. There's a shadow. I'm not gonna lie, that that plane sounded better than the drone did. Me and Morgan are gonna stand directly under this, the shadow. You can see how fast the shadow goes. Right, there's the plane. There's the shadow. Woo, that's fast. They don't look like they're moving in the sky, but they are when you see the shadow. It's a hell of a day now. I was just going to show you for reference. You know, yesterday when I said the other side of the river disappeared. Well, as you can see now, you can see it absolutely perfectly. Even the shut fertiliser factory. John flat out there. There's a fast track now to move the header to the next field. 936 has gone back to put the baler on. The next field's so close to the yard that we'll just cart with one tractor. It's actually quite a bit of dust coming off that. That'll be hot, that failed yesterday at the end there, so we're just going to move the spike onto here so we can keep using it, because the baler's already out baling. Dad likes to have a sheaf for the harvest festival, so John's going to come up here now, stop the header dead, then I've got to scoop some off and tie it up with a bit of baler twine. So when John gets here, he's going to hit the emergency stop, lift the reel up, and then I can just gather some then off the conveyor belt before it goes in the machine. So he's stopped it there now, he backs up, lifts the reel up. Be able to grab a bunch off it. Get some from over there now. No doubt my dad will arrange it better, but we've got a sheaf here now. Somehow. Just to think, they used to years ago, put everything like that, leave it to dry out, then carry it in, stack it up in sheaves, wait for it to dry out a bit more in the barn, and thresh it over the winter. And that's doing it all at the same time. Now, I know it's not technically it's all, because we've got a little bit of spring wheat left to go, and we've got the winter beans, but after we've got the barley, the wheat and the oilseed rape in the shed, it's kind of officially finished combining to some sort of extent, because they're the important crops, they're the perishable crops, and the winter wheat is normally a lot later, and the spring wheat is only little bits of here and there where it was too wet to drill. So as far as I'm concerned, when he lifts the header up now, that is like pretty much the end of our cereal harvest. A few weeks later than normal, but that's it. Don't worry though, you will see the combine out, because we've got some spring barley to cut for someone else, we've got some spring wheat behind us, we've got a little bit at the other yard, and also we've got 200 odd acres, 300 odd acres including bills of beans. But yeah, to us that's quite important to get the wheat, barley and oilseed rape in the shed. So finally. The other good thing is as well is what we cut yesterday is actually dry enough to bale, so the baler's currently catching the combine up as well. Baler's over there baling. Morgan's here with a Merlot, the other Merlot's at the other yard. There's a trailer, one trailer's on the road. We've got 3 trailers going, 2 telehandlers, mopping this straw up before the rain tomorrow. That was good timing. Liv's just got unloaded as I pull in with the next load at sunset. Looks like a watercolour, that sky. Andrew's put a little bit of an accessory on his smart box as well. Just filling this shed up now today. Anna's taking the straps off, sorting the tyres out, Andrew's unloading it. So it's like, I think there's 6 of us on straw now. 6, 7, 2 Merlots, 3 tractors, someone on the baler and someone doing straps. It's filling up nicely now, this shed. Hopefully the gutters are folded now, we can get them up as soon as we can. I did, I just went 4-eye round the purlins. Depends on the tyre size. Maybe the shed's taller this end as well.
Michelin tires.
The Michelin's fit. Oh yeah, the other reason we want to get all this straw in tonight is we're going the tractor pulling tomorrow night and Saturday, and probably be there on Sunday. So we're going to take definitely the Xerion and probably the 936 and maybe the 7710. Today's quiz question is, what else should we take, or what tractors should we take? Let us know in the comments anyway. Right, I'm going to quickly do the birthday bumper off Hannah's phone. So Lizzie Wake, Joseph Wake, happy 14th birthday. 46, Alan Ferguson, happy birthday. Finley Hopper is 3, happy birthday. Paul McCabe, 21st, happy birthday to you. I've got an anonymous, happy 120th birthday to the steamship Daniel Adamson, aka the Danny, there we go. Aubrey Townsend, she's 10 today, happy birthday. Kerr Millington, happy 40th, happy 22nd birthday. Archie French, Stephen Hodgson, happy birthday. Happy 15th to James Cornell, happy 15th to Harry Priest as well. Simon Priest is 60, happy birthday. Graham Lowe, happy birthday. And Simon Newby, happy birthday to you. We're now at £44,257. So amazing for the air ramblers. Anyway, I'm going to end the video now because it is mega long and I'm really sorry about that. But thanks for watching, and we're going to probably do a live later if we're still on this straw job.